Tilt Boogie in.
Full tilt boogie. Surprise, everybody. It's a Monday News AF. Yes. Just like Club Condo, we're ready to go.
Just like it.
And it's going to be a fun Monday News AF. I've got to go to Toronto coming up on Tuesday. So it's going to travel. It's a travel day. So moving up News AF for a day. So that's the reason for the Monday edition. It's really me been screwing up the. I hope you all aren't going to dump me from News AF and replace me because I've had so many scheduling issues on Tuesdays.
No, I mean your oral health.
My oral health,
very important.
Professional pursuits are important to us.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you want to jump into this?
Of course we do.
Okay.
Head first.
All right, I got a wild story from New Jersey to talk about. Okay.
I might be tired enough to be hilarious.
Oh. I'm going to be the leader no matter what. I'm the Tom Brady here.
Oh, that was not the right clip. Yeah. Why are you so tired? You want to talk about it on the podcast, or is it better pre-show?
No, we can talk about it on the podcast.
Okay. All right. I'll turn this on. All right. Here we go. Let's say May 8th. Okay. Hey, everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Cesternino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories for the week of May 8th, 2023, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, News AF here on a Monday edition as headed off to Toronto for RHAP Live this week. So we got the jump on News AF a little early this week. Here, back with us, a man who is pickleball's top influencer here and also Father Nature. Please welcome back the great Tyson Apostol. Tyson, how are you?
That
was not a worthy bell here.
I was just trying to Google as quickly as possible the lyrics to "Oh Canada," and I was gonna sing that to you on your way. I was
maybe if I meet
Canada, yeah,
that was pretty good right there, Tyson.
Our home and native land, I believe. Yeah. So we're ready to go, Tyson.
Pumped, good. Yeah.
Have you spent much time in Canada, Tyson?
I have never been to Canada.
Whoa.
Ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So I feel like you've been so well traveled and we've heard about like
all over the
world.
What is it you don't like about Canada?
I mean,
not enough zoos?
Is it just like here but colder? Isn't it just like
the
United States but colder?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would go to Canada. Like I have nothing, but I've just never had a reason enough to go, I guess. So my dad brings me back those maple cookies from duty free when he exits the country up there when he has stuff going on. That's a lot. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You've been to Canada in your mouth.
Exactly.
The taste
my
of
mouth
Canada.
my mouth's been to Canada. Yeah. Your phrasing was weird on that, Danny.
Good enough.
Yeah. And I had a wild weekend. I had the girls by myself all weekend. Rachel was gone. And last night, both girls had various reasons to get out of bed and not stay in their room. So I had both of the girls in my bed, and then they kept crowding me. So then I'm sleeping at the foot of my bed.
Just go on the floor at
like
that
a loyal dog.
Yeah, like a loyal dog. Exactly. But then like Marlo, the 4-year-old, is like a magnet for like snuggling. So then all of a sudden she's just like pushed up against me down there, but now I'm pushed between the foot of the bed, and then they fall asleep. So now I'm trying to hold as still as possible because I don't want to wake them up.
Nightmare.
The only thing I could think was, if there's a positive to come out of this, it's that I'm maybe a little extra hilarious on News AF this morning. But I don't feel, I honestly,
no,
I was hoping for you, but I don't feel that. I don't feel loopy like I do if I get no sleep at all.
Danny, talk about some other recipes that Liz has for smoothies.
Oh, that could help Tyson in this scenario? She only makes the one, Orange Julius. Although she does make a fruit smoothie.
just the morning fruit smoothie with Tang.
A Tang smoothie in the morning can really do wonders for your attitude, Tyson. It'll wake you right up. Forget coffee. Get rid of coffee.
No, I know.
The Tang smoothie.
Yeah. All right. Well, a man who's been to Canada many times, helicopters there just on a whim. It's Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
Wish I was in Canada right now.
Why?
Actually, there's some stuff I want to do. Canada's full of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At least on the West Coast.
Give us the top 10.
Top 10. I want to go climb Mount Garibaldi. I want to go do the Spearhead Traverse. Those are the two. There's a couple of mountains near Banff that I'd like to climb. There's just so much good stuff, and it's absolutely beautiful and people free. That's what Canada. I saw a breakdown of the amount of land compared to the population, and basically it's totally empty, which is my kind of country. So lots to do in Canada, more than just maple syrup.
Okay.
But no,
right, you heard it
I'm
here
stuck
first.
here in the States.
Why? You don't have a means to get
I don't have
to
any
Canada?
friends. Liz tried to make me some friends over the weekend.
Oh, how'd that go?
Yeah.
A friend
She's like-
connect? She's like, I think you'll like these guys.
It was super awkward. I
She's
told
like,
her
let
that.
me let me introduce this super handsome man to dinner with us. I think you're gonna like him.
Yeah, let me introduce you to Brad. He's been working out at the gym with me.
He's
You
super
guys
cool. I
really
think
get
you guys are
along.
gonna get along.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. And I told her to stop, but she continued, so I just walked away.
What,
And she was
didn't work out. It was.
she was talking to
the
the
fit.
she was talking to the husband's wife.
Okay,
right?
so
And
let's
trying to set up a play date.
let's
between
back
two
up.
grown men.
Let's back up a little bit. So she is friends with this wife.
No, we just met.
Where and
They
how?
moved into our neighborhood.
Okay, so they're neighbors, kind of.
Yeah.
And she went and dropped off, I guess, a welcome basket or something.
So they start talking. They're like, "Oh, does your husband like skiing and running? Oh, well, hang out with my husband." That's what Liz was saying. I'm like, "No, please, no." So much more is involved than just like shared activities. But to be
Also,
fair,
at what level? Because maybe like he's
a
groomers,
recreational. He is
recreational
recreational.
jogger.
Oh,
100%.
amateur hour.
Yeah, he's not running to the top of Kilimanjaro on a
No,
Thursday
but-
just because.
you know what? Kudos to Liz. She loves her husband enough to try and find new friends for him. But
Has she ever been successful?
no, because at the end of the day, you can't be forced into a friendship.
Yeah.
So she's trying though.
Tyson,
She's out on
You
the
can't-
prowl.
if I owned a helicopter, I bet I could strong arm you into being my friend.
Well, I'm already your friend. If you had a helicopter, that's just an added bonus for me.
Okay.
So- But yeah, so if anybody is thinking it wants to be my friend, I guess go through Liz because
Yeah.
Or get a helicopter.
Has this ever happened to you, Tyson? Because I feel like that you're so outgoing. Does Rachel ever set you up with a
Adult play
potential
date?
friend? Yeah, an adult play date.
She does try. Yeah. It's mostly with
okay, good.
friends. It's mostly with spouses of friends of hers or
makes
high
sense.
school friends of hers that are
Mhm.
guys. And she's just like, I think you'll really like him. I was like, it's not that I don't like him. It's just that like I can choose my
What's
own
the point?
friends.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
attracted to the friends I'm attracted to for reasons that you are unbeknownst to you.
our
And there's
husbands
not
should
even
get
like a
together and
checklist for
play.
me. Yeah. He's
Why?
funny. He's
Yeah.
funny. You'll like him. He was really funny in high school.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, that was a long time ago. He's
Yeah.
probably been jaded by real life. And
Yeah.
now he's just this cynical, grumpy old stay off my lawn guy.
Well, she's tried a few times, and you're really gonna like her husband. I love him. He's so. I was like that. He sounds fine, but I doubt I'm ever gonna ask for his phone number or do anything like that. And Gregory in the chat has a good point. Like, Rachel, Liz, introduce us to some women. Like, guys can have girlfriends too.
Mhm.
Yeah, a platonic friend.
Oh yeah,
Fabled
that'll happen.
platonic friend. Yeah, Liz would love that.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife doesn't happen that often, but she'll be like trying to like always like do more stuff with people. I'm like, she was like, hey, should we have a barbecue for Memorial Day? I'm like, why? Who to invite who?
Yep.
Who should come? Why?
Strangers.
She's like, I don't know, people.
Yeah.
Lots
For
of
what
those
reason?
around.
Yeah.
So many of those.
Yeah.
So it's a weird balance here because it's like, Tyson, you're at home too much. Please get out of the house. And I'm like, okay. And then why are you always gone? And it's like, I don't. It's
I thought she
it's-
liked your absence. Wasn't that a thing? Like she
Yeah,
told
but
you she was so glad that you came back after a
Correct.
long time away.
It was like 2 days. But then also, like, if I go away for a little bit, always out the door, like, why are you like? It's again,
Can't win.
Ends.
You don't need more
Mhm.
friends. As you
I
get
don't
older,
need more. You don't. Yeah. You
Mhm.
see those graphs that are just like, as you age, you have less friends. And it is weird because I moved to Arizona.
Well, I have more podcasts, so
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have more
there's
podcasts.
an inverse
as-
correlation between
Mhm.
friends and the number of podcasts you have.
This is because it's interesting because I moved. Rob, you've moved around too, so it's like I'm not making new
Mhm.
friends at 43, like
Yeah.
hardly, and nobody's going to be close. Nobody's a lifelong friend at this point, and so except for the people that I have known before, right? Like you're not now at 43 bumping into
Yeah,
someone.
you
that
don't
Nicole's
hear
hooked you
people
up
telling
with in-
stories about their best friend that they met at 43.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hardly ever. And when I left Utah, that's where all my friends were. So I think if I stayed in Utah, I would be more
Sure, like
active
Danny.
with my friends. Yeah. So I would see Danny more. I would probably still tolerate running for Danny's sake.
Yep. What a
And-
nice
Yeah.
friend.
And here, the only friends I really have are people I play pickleball with. And that's fine. Because that's the only
That
thing
is
I really
hobby
want to do.
friends.
It's the only thing I really want to do when I leave the house.
Mhm.
So yeah. Rob, how is your friendship? You've been in North Carolina for how long?
Probably have tons
It's
of
gonna be
friends.
almost 2 years now.
And do you have any guy friends that you didn't know of before?
I mean, not really.
I bet you we
That's
see a
fine.
post from Nicole that's like, I invited so many people to Rob's birthday, and then none of them showed up. And it'll just be
Oh,
Rob sitting at the
no.
table, sad by himself.
You
We'll
think
hit
that's
one of
gonna
those
happen?
Hitting a little close to home, Danny. Yeah.
posts.
No.
But what are you gonna do? All right. Well, let's talk about some stories that are going on. And this is
wait.
Yes.
Rob, one more thing.
Uh-oh,
You're going to
what?
Toronto this week.
Yep.
I asked you preseason if you were going to make the West Coast at all, and you're not. You're not coming to
No.
the West Coast this season. So when you come to the West Coast, I will give it A+ effort to be present.
Okay. That for a live show?
For anything.
Okay. All right. Oh wow, this is exciting. All right. Well, let me then redouble my efforts because I'm gonna see how this week goes before I ever leave the house again. But if this week goes okay, then let me figure out the fall.
Yeah. I will show up to a live show. I don't know how much participation I will do, but I will be there in the audience cheering on my
Laughing
friends.
louder than
Okay.
anyone.
Laughing
All right.
louder and clapping louder than anyone.
Yes. Okay. This is a huge announcement today. Yeah. Breaking news.
Mhm.
Best friend promises
Yeah.
to visit best
That's a
friend.
great
if he
friend
gets within a
promise.
couple hundred
Yeah.
miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then let me try to then redouble my pickleball playing efforts. Then
Hmm.
try to see what I can do.
Do you need some paddles?
I'm really more a friend is probably the bigger challenge.
I'm not gonna lie. When you moved to North Carolina, I was like, I should look into that. I bet it's cheaper than Arizona too.
Yeah.
But I didn't. That's about as far as I got.
Honestly, this is a good idea, Tyson, because maybe like this is gonna solve two birds with one stone. Of like, if I learn to play pickleball,
Mhm.
then maybe I'll also have a friend. I started doing like when I first moved here, I was like, I took like tennis lessons with my like I've played like a little bit of tennis. I'm like, oh, we should do
Sweet.
that, and we went I think twice, and one of the two times I can't remember if we got into a fight during the
Whoa.
tennis or we had the reservation for the court and we were in the fight, and my wife was just like hitting the ball like over the fence, and it was like what do you why
Is it an HOA court?
It was no, it's not, it wasn't on the property.
Okay.
But it was the worst one of the worst situations I could imagine. Of like we were in a fight, and then she was just like passive aggressively just like hitting the ball like as hard as she could to like no effort. She wasn't moving. I'm like, all right, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll get you some pickleball stuff.
But I really need a pickleball friend. Who's really,
Well,
Just
the
go
thing
hang out
is,
on the courts with
that's
this
the
look on your
thing.
face.
That-
like,
no,
hey,
no,
I want to
the-
play.
Pickleball is like such a new network of people that if you show up and are like, "Hey, I want to learn," like they'll welcome you with open arms.
okay, this
Tim
is a good
said if I
idea.
came down
This is
here,
a
I
good
could
idea.
play.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right.
I'll even find a club for you locally to play, to go and
Okay.
get introduced to.
All right. Yeah. Can I just drop your name? Like, hey, I know
Oh,
Tyson.
heck yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll wear
That
my
bomb.
Nature with Tyson shirt. I'll be like, oh,
And hat.
you know
Yeah.
Tyson?
Yeah. They won't know the Nature with Tyson logo. But if you said Tyson, yeah, they'll know that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about this top story. This is a big mystery that's going on over back in New Jersey. Okay. Police are investigating this big mystery where 15 wheelbarrow loads of pasta were dumped in an area and nobody knows what happened. Danny, in all of your time out in all these trails or anything, have you ever come across a big pile of pasta?
This is just the leftover spaghetti from a sketty wrestling contest for sure. I've never come across a big pile of pasta, and there were like
Yeah.
a bunch of piles of pasta, mostly just living room furniture is what I come across.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I would rather come across pasta because that will disappear over time. But this looked really gross. And I
Yeah.
can only imagine that it was either from a spaghetti wrestling contest or someone who made.
You've said spaghetti wrestling twice, like that's a real thing.
Yeah, I only saw because I saw it on South Park, or it's someone trying to break a world record, right? To,
Mhm.
like, the
is
biggest
this-
pasta. Don't you think?
Should the people from Guinness be held accountable for this?
Yeah, for sure. At least partially accountable, because this sounds like a record-breaking pasta cookout.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
seems like you should
How-
be able to find the culprits.
How much pasta? Because this doesn't look like that big.
15 wheelbarrows.
But
I'm
this
not
isn't
sure
the
if this
picture of
is
the whole hill.
only pile.
Yeah.
That this is certainly
look at this
a
picture.
pile of pasta.
Okay, 15 wheelbarrows of
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Was this
up
what
there.
Guns N'
Ooh.
Roses was talking about with the spaghetti incident?
No.
Was that
I
something different?
bet that this is a restaurant or a cookout, like Danny said, or something,
Oh, yeah,
a catering
cookout.
service that was just like, there's too much.
No
we
way.
did too much
Who are
pasta.
they catering for? Like a prison?
Well, how far out is it? Is there anything around?
The mob.
Because if there's something around, then
Do you
like,
think this is a person that got their into pasta?
yeah, they got
Yeah.
No, they were.
pushed into the Play-Doh machine.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
This is alongside of a creek. I'm not sure if it's necessarily like near anything, but it does qualify as illegal dumping.
500 pounds. 500 pounds of pasta.
Several people.
Makes me not want to eat pasta.
Mhm.
I've never understood. I see a lot of people who just dump garbage in random places. And the
Mhm.
dump is only maybe 10 minutes away. And sometimes during the year, the dump is free. At most, it's like $10. I just think, why? You put in all this effort to do this, right? To find a road off in nowhere and then to just back up and wheelbarrow pasta out into the trees. I think it would have been easier to go to the dump.
Mhm.
Just why? What is the mindset
Yeah.
of this individual?
So this is interesting that the local officials were unable to determine if this pasta was cooked or uncooked. That there is a theory that
What?
this could have been this pasta could have been uncooked pasta that over the course of like being outside in the humidity, that if you leave spaghetti out,
It will. It'll soften up, but it doesn't seem like it's laying the way.
No,
I think
yeah, it looks
I think it
cooked.
was cooked and laid and then dried up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notice that no animals are scavenging on it. It
Oh,
doesn't look
interesting. Yeah.
Like they
Well,
were
what do you think
touched.
that means, Danny?
They're watching their carbs.
Yeah.
I mean, why isn't there a family of raccoons just buried deep within one of those piles, just
Yeah.
eating and sleeping? It seems like heaven.
Yeah, Tyson, what's the move for the cleanup on this? Do you just come out with like a giant pitchfork and twirl it around until you get everything?
You're gonna need a giant spoon too, probably to cradle underneath it. I think
fire.
you just I think you just add meatballs and let nature add meatballs and then let nature run its course.
Yeah.
How long does it take for a 500 pounds of pasta to dissolve on its own?
I think are not animals and stuff eating it?
Well, I'm saying it looks untouched. Look at
It
it.
does look untouched. I think you just leave it. Like,
it'll bleed into that stream, which will go
Okay.
into the local water supply, and people will just be gaining weight, not even knowing why.
just high carb water.
Here it is. Water is so high in carbohydrates.
It's so filling.
You have to
Why is that
strain
so
the water.
filling?
And starch.
Yeah. So ultimately, it took like local residents to be really stumping for a while to get the local township to do anything.
They just were like,
right.
anybody with a spaghetti spoon, please meet at the park at 8 a.m.
They should have called Arnold.
Yeah, well, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was thinking that too, Danny. That he had to take matters into his own hands.
Dude, he cuts through that red tape.
Yeah.
Pasta la vista, baby.
Exactly. He's got the perfect Instagram post if he had gone there and helped remove this pasta.
Yeah. So finally, eventually, the Department of Public Works cleaned up the pasta. No word on what they ultimately did with it. Shipped it to the local Olive Garden. Yeah.
Olive Garden. You think I think that's more of a Buca de Beppo size portion.
I don't even know what that is.
Sharing style.
Yeah. That's family style.
Family style.
Does this smell bad? Probably doesn't. Do you think?
Yeah.
Rotting spaghetti smells bad?
I think it smells not great, but I also am like, the funguses will take care of it very quickly, I believe.
Yeah. All right, now let me just bring in then another element, because there is maybe like a little bit of like a Scooby-Doo element to this story. So the woman who first reported all of this, now she had previously run for local office with the woman who reported this story. Okay. Is this possible? Could this have been an inside job that this woman who had run for that she previously ran for council in the town's 6th ward? She is the person who made the discovery here, who was the concerned citizen who alerted, and then in her Facebook posts has been sort of rallying against the local township.
It's
and
100%
the mayor.
her. 99% her.
All signs do kind of point to her.
She lost the election. She then is the one that stumbles upon all of this spaghetti.
She was stress eating spaghetti, overcooked, eyes are bigger than her stomach. But why would she dump it there next to this old creek? Why wouldn't you put it on the steps of city council if you were really that mad?
I don't know. Can I read you the Facebook post?
Yes.
Okay, this is from the Facebook post. This is from Nina Jakanowicz. This is from her Facebook group, Nina Jakanowicz for Old Bridge. The mayor and his posse continue to ignore the 6th ward. No surprise when we see the dumping of construction and other garbage spewed in our neighborhoods. This week, there was a new type of dumping: excessive food, pasta. A good estimate is more than 500 pounds of pasta dumped adjacent to the streams intersecting with Hilliard and Mimi. While it has been reported to our township administrator, myself, and I reckon that someone forwarded my post to this no-can-do mayor knows and his cal.girls, they will ignore this food
fired.
garbage. Yeah.
She didn't do it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm changing my vote.
Yes.
It sounds like it's a pretty big problem. And while it's not always pasta, they probably have tons of sex couches being dumped nearby and other things. I think pasta was just the newest thing to be dumped. Maybe the mayor did it to teach her a lesson. Like, how dare you run against me? Have some pasta in your district.
Okay. Well, it's a big mystery. I don't know. I think they just got rid of the pasta, and I think we have no closure.
Do you think that, like, if you're a
never
cleanup
know.
guy, are you like tasting a little bit of the pasta?
It doesn't look like that there's any sauce or anything on it.
Yeah, you just bring olive oil and
Just bring some
Parmesan
butter.
cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep an eye out if there's any other food items that are being dumped in the New Jersey woods
Yeah.
in Old Bridge Township. Okay. This is another, shocking crime that we need to talk about. Now, Tyson, have you stayed in many Hilton resorts?
I've stayed in Hilton resorts.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't know about many.
okay. Have you ever woken up to any of the employees in your room?
Night manager, perhaps standing over you, watching you sleep.
No, I have not, but I've had people walk in and be like, "Oh, sorry,
That is such a weird thing when that happens.
Yeah, because they knock and then they crack the door and then they're like, "Room service," and you're like, "No, thank you." And then they're like, "Hello, we're here," and you're like, "No, get out, please. What are you doing?" And I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it is a little invasive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Well. David Neal is a 52-year-old man. He was staying in a Hilton in Nashville when he woke up to the night manager of the hotel sucking on his toes.
Oh, you should look at the picture of the night manager because he is the kind of guy that would suck on a stranger's toe.
Oh,
okay.
If you're judging people by their
and this
looks.
is definitely who was reporting this? This is definitely a legitimate news source.
Yeah, this is from
I've seen it all over.
WKRN News is one outlet that's reporting this.
Nashville News Channel 5.
Yeah,
let's see the picture of the night manager.
Yeah, Danny, where are you seeing the picture? Is it
on the article I read a couple
in
days
the news
ago,
report? Okay,
I saw a picture of this man with disheveled hair and a mischievous look on his face. I thought that's the kind of man that creeps into your room and sucks on your toe. This would never happen to me because one, I always put the thing on the door, whether it's the chain or it's a little flap.
The lock, yeah.
The lock always goes on the door for the reason Tyson said. And sometimes guests get your key and are also assigned to your room. That's happened before, not to me, but to others. So this doesn't happen. Plus, even if I didn't take those precautions, in hotels, I sleep so lightly because the environment is
and you
not
sleep
my
with
own.
socks on too, right?
I sleep with a protective.
He will now.
Yes.
He does two socks. He actually does a double bag. He double bags his feet.
It's a no suck sock. And it has an adhesive
sock
on the top.
resistant.
Because it has like a bad taste, right?
Yeah, it tastes like old spaghetti.
Which is funny because I shouldn't need a bad taste on my toes with the amount of sweat that my feet do.
You purposely also don't wash your feet in the shower. You just let the soap.
Oh yeah, I sit down in the shower with my feet outside when at a hotel. I don't want any athlete's foot. And also the night manager sucking on my toes.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting down in the shower, are you not getting athlete's butt?
I don't know. I've never heard of athlete's butt. But it's a good question. I should ask my doctor next time I go in for
why your butt itches.
Yeah.
Be like, is it possible to get athlete's foot in your butt?
Yeah. So the man who was awoken by the toe sucking, that he woke up and was screaming. Now the perpetrator
in ecstasy.
No.
Okay.
The perpetrator that he could tell that he was the night manager because he was still wearing his uniform and his name tag. And he was speaking, but he was not giving any substantive answers of why he was there.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at the pictures right now, guys. Easily found. Search.
Now, when asked by authorities why he was in the room, the perpetrator claimed that he smelled smoke and wanted to check on the guest. Tyson, is it possible? Was he giving him some sort of like mouth to toe resuscitation?
He didn't want to startle him by waking him up. So he's like, I'll wake him up gently with this. But I also was like, okay, let me put myself in that night manager's position. I'm addicted to sucking on toes. And I got this job specifically to sneak in people's rooms. And I, for some reason, like strangers' toes more than anything. I'm going with the sleepwalking alibi here or the excuse. Sorry.
Well, he wasn't the person sleeping.
No, but
yeah,
I'm
but
saying
Ted's saying he
the
ended up in
sleep
the room. Yeah.
Yeah, the night manager should have been like, "Oh, sorry, I sleepwalk. I didn't know I was doing any of that."
Yeah.
We should also assume that this wasn't his first
Yeah.
toe sucking experience, and other people should be
Right.
asked who
Well,
visited the hotel.
why can't we talk to the victim and be like, "How experienced did the toe suck feel?"
Yeah. By the way, I just want to apologize. I believe that David Neal was the guest. That is the David Neal is the toe sucker.
Mhm.
Yeah, David Neal.
So, do you think that business is going to pick up for Hilton because of this, or do you think it's going to drop off or be completely unaffected?
By the way, the minute my feet are exposed while I'm sleeping, that would wake me up instantly due to the demons. They could possibly grab it,
Touch you
by having
accidentally.
it- yeah.
Touch your toes. Listen to me.
Yeah,
I also hide from the demons under my
your
blankets and
bare
sheets.
feet. No
No,
way.
but my bare feet can be out.
No, my bare feet can't
feet,
be.
If I'm a little bit overheating in the cocoon that I built for myself, my feet are the first thing I push out to equalize
dude,
my
no,
temperature.
wait, that's the first. That is always covered. The toes are always covered and shielded from demon sucking.
I think
sucking
you're,
kisses
I think you're sleeping wrong. Rob, will you please weigh in?
on your demon fears.
Boy, I never thought about. I never have my feet exposed. But it wasn't.
Ever.
Yeah, I just I feel like that even if it's hot, like I'll probably just have like the sheet over my feet.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's not for any demons. Although my wife, she is under 9 blankets.
Yeah.
Because she is concerned not about toe suckers,
Demons.
but she feels like bugs are going to land on her. So she feels like if she's
Legit.
under sufficient
Layers.
3 or 4 blankets.
Yeah.
For years, I slept with my face as close to the wall as possible because I had seen aliens as a young child and just imagined the face suckers. I couldn't get it out of my head.
So you're like, it's like when you back up a truck that's filled with stuff, like a moving truck
to
at a
protect
hotel
it.
in a scary town. You back it up against a wall so they can't open the
Yeah,
doors
because
on
I
it.
imagine the face sucker would have to jump onto a different part of my body before getting around to my face.
Yeah.
So I'd sleep with my face 2 inches from the wall as a 7-year-old or 8-year-old, whenever it was I saw it.
It's interesting because I'd like to delve more into what watching a rated R movie as a 7-year-old has.
No, let me tell you how it happened.
Mhm.
My brothers, we were all in a hotel room. My older brothers were watching it.
Yeah, in a Hilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably in a Hilton because the manager had turned off all parental locks, probably.
Mhm.
And so I saw it as a young child, and it just
I smell smoke in
haunted my
there.
dreams. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Everybody okay? I know
Yeah.
how to put fires out with my mouth.
I said that does not sound good.
Hey,
Mhm.
Okay, so smart.
So this guy, what's the charge here? There's so many possible things.
So they are charging
Being
him
too
with
sexy?
a number of, no, definitely not for the suspect. So he's being charged with aggravated burglary and assault.
Burglary.
Yeah.
yeah,
What did he
breaking
steal?
I'm not sure what he stole. I'm not sure
Stole
if
the man's innocence.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is burglary? I think might just be breaking in.
Really?
I don't know if burglary is
To burgle.
stealing anything.
It seems like you have to steal something. You stole his socks. He probably does steal socks at least, and then smell them.
Yeah, burglary is just entering a building illegally with an intent to commit a crime, especially a theft. But
happened.
this was not. I
Okay.
don't believe anything was taken, or that he didn't leave. So we have no idea if it would have been. Yeah, you don't have to steal anything to be burglary. Breaking in and committing a crime is burglary.
That definitely
Oh.
happened. And then, by the way, this should be a PSA to everyone listening. You got to put those little latches down always.
Always. I don't
Always.
even if I'm awake, if everybody that's supposed to be in the room is in the room, latch is latched.
Mhm. Now, there might be some people now who are going to the Nashville Hilton and leaving the door unlocked.
Yeah. Also, this could have been part of a mix-up where the night manager had arranged with a guest for a
Oh,
toe
you think it
sucking.
was a case of being in the wrong room?
mistaken
No,
room.
This is what I think happened. and I may be incorrect, but I think Hilton on one side it says "Do not disturb." On the other side it says "Please enter and suck toes."
Mhm.
And you
He
put
had
that on your
the-
door.
the
He had
card
it flipped wrong. Or some
flipped around wrong.
pranksters ran down the hallway and flipped them on people.
If I went to a
Oh,
hotel
some kids.
that had a
Mhm.
card that say, "Please come in and suck my toes as I sleep," I leave right away. That's a bad sign for me.
But with all of your precautions, you should be fine anyways.
I
Mhm.
don't know. It just doesn't seem like the kind of hotel I want to stay at.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, be extra careful out there when
Okay.
you're on the road. Okay, that's a good note for me. While I'm in
Yeah,
Yeah,
Toronto. Toe suck
Mhm.
capital
Yeah,
of the world.
Listen.
Toronto.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean-
the abbreviation is TO. You know, that's
Yeah.
like Toronto. Okay. Let's talk about this weekend. Was a big weekend for the coronation of King Charles. It was everywhere. Danny, did you watch any of the coverage?
So special. What a special
Mhm.
day. He's waited like 100 years for his mom to pass so that he could finally ascend to the throne.
For a couple of years.
And
before
what
his
an
death.
exciting time for the queen. She became the queen, Queen Camilla. So many people thought that would never happen. And
It
yet here
happened.
we are.
Yeah. All right. Well, the News AF connection is that just outside of the coronation site,
Mhm.
did you happen to see that some wise guy came in and drew a phallus point? Did you see this?
Anti-royalist. I'm seeing it for the first time, and the craftsmanship on this, it's got all the signs of an engineer.
Yeah, incredible.
This
yeah.
is an amazing peen. That's
So
good
if you were on the committee to investigate this, you'd be looking at engineers specifically, Dan.
I go straight to Oxford and
Yeah.
I look for all the mathematicians.
Somebody that knows what they're
engineers.
doing. Because
Tyson, look at this thing. It is
Okay.
so.
Screen share this thing.
Okay, let me see. So here is. Let me give you a. Again, I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble here for YouTube.
Let me just describe. I can
yeah.
describe it for you. Tyson.
Describe it. Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to like.
So for the man's testicles, we have nearly perfect circles. Each of them. One.
I mean,
of
this
them,
might have been aliens. This was so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is crop circle worthy. And
Okay.
then almost exact straight lines. And the weird thing is, it is a circumcised ween.
Mhm.
So that's
American.
That's a
Looking for
good
an
clue,
American.
right? Yeah, that's a clue right there.
Yeah.
But I would say it's
American
not an
or-
American, because an American, I feel like, having drawn giant ones like this before,
Mhm.
I make them a lot more graphic and detailed with body hair and other
Well,
things.
this was very proper. This was
This is very proper.
Yeah, this was a phallus fit for a king.
Yeah, the person who made this probably also wears tuxedos, because it's a
Mhm.
tuxedo dong, basically.
Okay.
This was on the ground of the famed Royal Crescent Complex in Bath, England.
Mhm.
Also, some Bridgerton scenes were filmed here. Also,
Hmm.
So the king probably didn't see this.
He
This
but
seems
not
pretty
even
far
now?
away
You think
from-
even now?
yeah. And so I'm sorry that this is on the field where there was going to be a coronation party.
Ah. And it didn't happen. People couldn't party knowing that that thing
Mhm.
was so close to their head.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why they canceled it. This seems like the perfect site for a party now.
Yeah. Get the party
Mhm.
started.
Is this
So-
a crime? What is this?
I think
Did they burgle this field?
I don't know if it's burglary, but it definitely seems like it's some sort of a crime.
I think he get you for something.
Yeah.
The thing is, if this was done by teenagers, I would definitely hire them as like a survey crew, because they did
Mhm.
amazing work.
Yeah,
They
did you just
did.
eyeball this? Because this is incredible.
They no way they eyeballed this. They must have like
No
put
way.
out a grid system, and then it just
Mhm.
looks great. It's huge too.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Um,
it's kind of got everything going on, huh?
It's got
Yeah.
everything. Now, also, were either of you aware about King Charles's sausage fingers?
Yes, yeah, I have read.
I didn't know
that.
about this. Tyson,
As
do
a
you know?
fellow sausage finger person, I sympathize.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So
See, I knew you had the
Hammy
girthy
hocks.
quads,
Yeah.
but I didn't know
Yes.
you had girthy sausage fingers also.
They're pretty bad. Normally
Yeah.
sweaty, probably a lot like Prince Charles. Sweaty,
King Charles
sweaty.
now.
King Charles, sweaty sausage fingers. You know
Mhm.
what? It's good to be king, but it's only fair that he has something wrong with
Yeah.
him.
Oh, he's already got the ears, but I didn't know about the sausage fingers. But
The ears
apparently,
are-
this was a big deal this weekend.
The ears aren't a big deal if you love street artists painting caricatures of you. It's like you've already got that thing. But yeah, the sausage finger, I think it's actually for him a health concern, a sign of something else. I know because I saw it in a headline, but didn't read the article. So
You
that's
think
all I
it's just
got.
like generations of inbreeding have finally?
Yeah.
No, I mean like a high sodium diet or
Oh,
something.
High
Okay.
sodium diet. Yeah. Well, there are some entrepreneurs out there who are trying to, cash in on King Charles's sausage fingers. That they've invented some new vape pens
Oh
where
my
you
gosh.
can vape out of King Charles inspired sausage fingers.
I didn't know that's where you were going to go with this. I mean,
These are vape pens, Danny.
That are
This-
shaped like fingers.
Yes.
see, I thought you were going to go with a type of hot dog with 5 hot dogs coming
With
out
a
of a
nut.
hamburger
Oh,
patty.
no.
And you just cook up the whole thing, a hamburger patty with 5 hot dogs. And then at a party, everybody gets one of
Oh
King
my gosh.
Charles' finger.
That would be hilarious. I would love that.
So these are vape pens.
Ew.
I
Yeah.
They
believe
run for $60.
I believe I saw at the coronation party, they did have these sandwiches that look like 2 hands joined together. And the fingers were sausagey. I'm going to look that up.
Were they sausage sandwiches?
That's what I'm wondering.
That would make sense and be hilarious. But
Mhm.
I don't think that King Charles is hilarious.
No, not at all. He's not a joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a set of vape pens modeled after the size and shape of the king's fingers.
Mhm.
And one even has the pinky ring.
Oh, see, this is what I saw. Royal fans, are eating sausage finger sandwiches in honor of the monarch's swollen digits, as it says in India today. And this is the picture that I saw, and it's like a half sandwich with some sausages coming out, and then on the other side, the other half of the sandwich with sausages coming out, kind of joined together. So what a thing to be known for.
Yeah,
It's one of his most positive attributes and
I got-
qualities.
I got-
honestly, this is a good story for the monarchy. I feel like that the more people are talking about this is the kind of stuff that people like about the monarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're King Charles, you'd rather hear about your sausage finger than how everyone wishes that the Queen had skipped over you and gone straight to Will and Kate.
Yeah, or
So-
Meghan Markle's
Yeah,
story.
exactly. If you've got the sausage fingers making the front news,
This is
it's
like-
a good day for the king.
That's a good day for the royal family. Okay. We talked a couple of months ago about the guy who survived on the open sea because he had ketchup and a bunch of packets of soup. But this is the story, and I always think of Danny when we come across these stories about
thank you.
survivalists. There was a woman who was stranded for 5 days in the Australian bush and was able to survive off of just eating sweets and drinking a single bottle of wine.
True survivalist. How did she get lost? Do you know?
Let me see. She was found 37 miles away from the nearest town. And let me see if I can
Here, I can
find
tell
this.
you. I found it. So she
Yes.
was on a short trip and she was going through some dense bush in Victoria State. She hit a dead end after taking a wrong turn and her vehicle became stuck in the mud.
Mhm.
So it sounds like did she leave her vehicle? That's the first thing we want to know.
Yep.
After 5 nights of stranded, she was discovered by emergency services. They flew overhead. So it sounds like she stayed with her car. So that was a smart move.
Mhm.
Yeah. Does this sound more harrowing than when you were lost in the desert with your brothers, Danny?
No, not at all. She had sweets and a bottle of wine. We drank out of a scum-filled pond
Mhm.
while my brother had diarrhea. So
Nobody else got
No.
sick from that pond.
no, none of us got sick. He didn't get sick from the pond. He got sick from overheating and
From
he had
dehydration.
yeah,
He got
dehydration.
sick from dehydration.
But we all drank from that pond and drank a lot, and none of us got diarrhea.
Yeah.
So do you think that clean water is a hoax?
Oh,
Danny?
The water
Good
can look
question.
dirty but be clean. So if, let's say it was recent rainwater and no animals had defecated into it, it could be relatively clean.
Okay.
And vice versa, probably, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Clean water can be very dirty. Clean looking water.
Yes,
Can be dirty.
yes, exactly.
So how
Excellent
long was
point.
she stuck for exactly?
5 days. But this is the wild part of the story. So allegedly, she doesn't drink, but
Mhm.
she got a bottle of wine from her mom,
Mhm.
who claimed it was a present. But if you
Okay.
famously don't like Tyson, you don't drink. Would your mom get you a bottle of wine for a gift?
No, but maybe if
For a
maybe
spouse.
for someone else, yeah, maybe she's like, here, we have this bottle of wine. You can get here, take it, and if you can find someone to give
Maybe
it
to
to.
cook with.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't
I don't
think
know.
that drinking a bottle of wine would be good in a survival
In a
situation.
dehydration situation. Yeah, I was thinking, can you survive for 5 days with your only hydration
People drink
being
their own
alcohol?
piss. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
but
sure that
alcohol
No, I
is-
understand what you're saying, but when you're staring at a bottled liquid and you are dying of thirst, you probably don't think the repercussion. I mean, people drink seawater,
Yeah.
knowing that it's going to drive them insane.
Yeah.
I always think about one of the Bond movies where like they like stranded the person like in the desert and then they left them with like cans of oil and said, eventually you'll drink this. And they did.
Yeah, that's
And
gross.
did they survive?
No, they died. They died from drinking the oil.
Yeah.
It's gross, right?
Yeah.
So, what's wine compared to a can of oil?
I'm saying, but I would.
But
I
apparently
wouldn't-
wine is good.
Apparently, it's not as bad as we thought. Like you're getting your antioxidants in there, you're getting
Mhm.
your all that stuff. But I just thought that the alcohol part of
Yeah.
the
Maybe it wasn't
equation
very like strong wine.
would dehydrate you even further. Rather
She
than
needed
hydrate.
a reverse Jesus. So she needed to turn the wine into water.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just like kaboom.
And then when she was
Reverse.
rescued, guess what the first thing she wanted was?
Smoke.
Yeah, a cigarette.
Yeah, I saw
Thank God the policewoman had a cigarette.
Wow. I would have asked for some water,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
No. She just had the wine and a few sweets. There were no word on what the sweets were.
Where was this?
If this is Australia. If she was lucky, they were probably some kind of hard candy that she could just suck on. That would
I don't
help with
know.
thirst.
I don't know Australian candy well enough, but I'm assuming it's similar to other Commonwealth nations like Canada. So do they have
Mhm.
like Tim Tams and Goobly Doobs and
Those are-
Smarties that are big chocolate
marmalade,
clonks and
lollipops,
yeah,
sausage finger sandwiches.
sausage
Yeah.
finger,
uh,
kangaroo toe dipped in sugar.
Vegemite
Mhm.
flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah. Okay, and for years we've also been talking about the smart toilet. When will the day of the
Ugh,
smart toilet come?
Never.
Well, Danny, we're a little bit closer today
Is
because
it AI powered?
well, I don't know if it's AI powered yet. So the FDA, they have cleared a heart seat toilet to be able to take blood pressure readings and oxygen saturation readings in adults.
Look, that's all well and good, but what I want this smart toilet to do is as
Help
I'm
you
going to the
find a
bathroom,
friend.
I want it to go yum 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 yummy. Thank you. Yum 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 yum.
Oh, for sure, that's a setting.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
That's one of the alerts you can set.
or having be like, oh,
Delicious.
thank you, oh, thank you, thanks so much. Oh, that's so refreshing.
It's so refreshing. So yeah,
Will
I
the
was
toilet be
almost
Great,
there?
Thank you.
Will the toilet be able to apply athlete's foot cream to my butt?
But yeah,
I go to the
athlete's butt.
bathroom.
Yeah, you have
Tinactin.
athlete's butt. Yeah,
Tough actin tinactin. Instead of a bidet with water,
Yeah.
it'll be a bidet with
Squirts
just
an
like
ointment.
squirting tinactin all over.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why you need like the smart toilet doesn't seem to do anything that your Fitbit doesn't do. I don't know why you need the toilet to have this kind
'Cause
of.
maybe you don't want the Fitbit.
Maybe you need encouragement.
I
Because
guess
this-
so.
The toilet, you could actually have a scale built into it. You could have a body fat measurement. You could have all of that, and that's how you start your day. So rather than take 3 seconds to stand on a scale, it's all just built into your toilet, which you have to at some point sit on.
I'm with Rob. I think
Mhm.
this seems unnecessary.
I don't think so. I think it falls right within the Fitbit family. Smart toilet by Fitbit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that so a healthcare provider would be able to view data generated from
the toilet
sensors,
cam.
and they could measure no toilet cam. They could consistently measure blood pressure, and then
it needs to measure your stool sample too. It needs to sample your stool.
That makes sense. That to me is something worthwhile.
Yeah,
right
this
there.
is. We've always talked about the smart toilet as if being able to like analyze your stool, but no, this is really just like sensors that are going to be monitoring your butt.
No, not necessary.
Not
they
necessary.
say it's going to be able to give hospital grade vital signs monitoring.
So would you rather have a smart toilet monitor your butt or the night manager at the Hilton monitor your butt?
Well, I don't think that the night manager at the Hilton, I mean, I don't know what training he has.
He's got something.
Let's just skip the toilet, and why don't we come up with some smart briefs?
Smart
underwear.
Briefs. Smart underwear.
Rather than these like one measurement a day, the smart underwear measures everything
all day
long.
Yeah, you could have like temperature and stuff like that.
Oh, core temperature even?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the best kind of core.
Athlete's butt.
It can apply
that would be great.
Danny, you have mild athlete's butt. Please stop being so athletic.
Applying ointment now.
Well, if you could apply ointment also.
It's like, and then you go to like Jiffy Lube and they're like, Danny, your smart underwear is actually low on ointment. We can top that off for an additional $39.99.
That's too much.
Or you can buy the 5-year package where you can get unlimited ointment refills. Yeah.
Or I just have test Liz's love for me and have her apply it.
Yeah. I think so.
That's
and
a real
that's what
test
you would
of
do.
love.
If you love me, that's how you would approach that.
You will
get
put
a
this
notification.
on.
Yeah. I've been drinking your Tang smoothies. I've been
I've
drinking your Tang smoothies for years and have never complained about how unhealthy they actually are because of all the sugar. At least you could do.
Well, maybe the smart toilet will be able to detect like a Tang overdose in the toilet.
Danny.
Well, that's easy. I think that's easy to detect when your
Tang levels are way too high.
Guys, let
maybe
me be
that's why
clear.
he needs the camera.
Danny.
I've never had the Tang smoothie. Okay,
the smart underwear would be like, Danny, are you an astronaut from the 1970s with all the Tang ingestion? Like I think that's all astronauts lived on back then.
That's all they could eat while in the spaceship.
Was Tang.
Squirtable Tang. I don't want this toilet. I'm imagining it's going to cost $10,000.
Well, I think that this is more of a smart toilet seat. I don't think that you need that. It could probably fit on your normal toilet.
Yeah, this is unnecessary. This is not something I will be buying. Now, if it did the stool, once they get to stool samples.
FDA has just given the thumbs up for this.
Oh.
That it's not on the market yet.
So it's like a concept car.
The Heart seat is anticipated to launch by the end of 2023. So put it on your Christmas list, Danny.
Oh, exciting. Maybe I'll get one for Tyson.
Maybe. Maybe it could be like a smart bicycle seat.
Again, people already wear chest straps that monitor all that, or a watch. Yeah. It's like this is the butt area the best place to monitor heart rate, blood pressure, core temperature, yes.
So I feel like that it needs to be like attached to the skin, and there's maybe not that many times or places where you get like a really like flush reading of some sort of like an apparatus to your skin. So maybe the toilet seat is like a natural place where it's like, okay, well, naked. you do have flesh pressed firmly up against this sensor. So this is a good time to get all your readings done.
Every sensor prefers pressed flesh, but another place that this would be good in would be a car. If you could get good readings in a car,
you're like not going to have.
You have to.
I know you don't have that
in the car.
No, but you could design the car to rip your pants off,
or you could create pants with panels that you
Or
remove as you
The
get in the
steering
car.
wheel reads your fingers. You don't have it doesn't have to be your butt, does it?
Yeah, like you have sausage fingers. We cannot get a good reading.
Because on a long drive, you want to know if you've had too many,
Salty
Red
sunflower
Bulls, or
seeds.
how
Yeah.
annoying the kids are in the back, or if you're falling asleep.
Wait, you need a sensor to tell you how annoying the kids
Well,
are?
like
No, but
just
your
if
blood
your
pressure is
blood,
going to rise.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, dangerous levels, and if you should
Mhm.
take a break.
Yeah.
There's so
You-
much more that it would be helpful in a car rather than while you're taking a dump.
But that only is good for driving performance.
Yeah, don't you want to have the sharpest driving performance possible,
Yeah, you
Tyson?
do,
when
Maybe
you're
but-
coming
tell you
up
like
to
you're
Utah?
straining too hard. Like you
Yeah.
need to like
On the
ease
toilet.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, Danny, you are trying to power dump. Please rest your buttocks and relax.
Take my
Right.
robot hand.
Yeah,
I
like-
will help you through this.
Let me put some soothing sounds on. Okay. Danny, are you ready to take us to the soothing sounds of your bolt hole?
The most soothing of sounds.
Okay, here we go. Here is Danny Bryson's bolt hole.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
Yes, we belong. You're in Danny's
like that
world
s-
now, everybody.
I did have that story, or saw that story about the sun, which I didn't read
Yes.
the article, but I thought, what color is the sun? What color have I always thought the sun was? And to me, it's always been white.
Yes.
But-
Tyson,
so
are you
the
aware of this,
controversy
that
is-
there is
yeah.
a conspiracy theory that some folks are saying that when they were a kid, the sun used to be yellow and now it's white, and that there are
As an adult.
reasons for this?
Glitch in the
Is
matrix.
that so? Is science saying that, or people are
No.
just saying
People are
people are
saying
saying that.
anecdotally, hey, when I was a kid, the sun was yellow. How come it's white now?
It's turned into a white dwarf, and they're not telling
I
us.
don't, no, I don't think that's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not. I think that as a child, you saw perhaps a lot of cartoon suns that made you
Yes.
think that it was yellow, but
Yeah.
I thought it's always been white.
I still
Mhm.
I
think
spend
so.
hours a day staring at it, and have
Yeah,
since
so
I
you
was a
get your
child.
vitamin D, yeah. Yeah.
Some conspiracy theorists are saying that after 9/11, the color of the sun changed. Some folks on Reddit /retconned have been lamenting of how much they miss the yellow sun.
Why are we giving these people any platform whatsoever?
We're just letting people know that that is a conspiracy theory.
Tyson, it's
that-
something we
that's
talk
out
about.
there.
Remember the Hollow Earth people? I mean,
yeah,
we have to
yeah.
talk about these things so that people aren't drawn into
Yeah.
them. Let's just help people
Mhm.
clear this off
Yeah.
of their list of reads.
Yeah.
Okay, now
I
that
mean-
we've got that out of the so go ahead, Tyson.
When you're drawing pictures of the sun, it's always yellow with some orange and some splashes of red, maybe. And even as an adult, I'm not like coloring the entire page and leaving a white circle as the sun.
often,
That's the
your,
moon.
your page
That's
is
the
white.
moon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I can't support this at all. And I still even when you see those close up images, it's like a lava ball, dude. Then that's not bright white, even though I don't disbelieve you that it's white, but all the muted photographs we're seeing of it are yellow, orange, and red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you have to remember that a lot of times when they take a picture or they have to look at an
the
object or a
lenses.
certain wavelength to actually get the clear picture, and then they add colors or whatever, so it's more I don't know,
Manufactured.
manufactured. But I can tell
So
you
is the
this.
conspiracy that science has always dictated that the sun is kind of yellowish, reddish, orange, but when in fact it's always been white?
No, the conspiracy is that it used to be a different color and
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
it's white.
No,
for
I
whatever
get it,
reason.
but yeah.
I can promise you this: if you look at the sun long enough, it will eventually become black.
Mhm. Good point.
Yeah, or maybe everything becomes white, Danny.
I think that eventually you do go blind.
Mhm.
How many nightmares a week do you guys have? Just
Zero,
Not
on average,
many.
zero.
Not many.
Yeah.
so I
0
guess
to 1.
there are people. I used to have these terrifying nightmares when I was
About
a
what?
kid. They were always involved with sleep paralysis.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The closet doors open.
You're trying to
can-
scream for help.
You're trying to scream for help. It's just
You're
terrifying
choking.
stuff.
Yeah. You're
Now,
choking on
my-
your scream.
The night manager comes in. He's
He's
staring at me.
willy-nilly on your toes, you unable to move.
I can't move. He's sucking on my toes. He's doing a terrible job. I'm not enjoying
not
it
even
at all.
not
Yeah.
even enjoyable.
Not even enjoyable.
suck my toes.
Yeah, oh no, not my toes. And then I wake up.
And the dog is licking your feet.
Well, supposedly there are people who have tons of nightmares, and the study was brought in.
Yeah,
people
our
who-
kids.
Yeah, kids have it, but these were adults, and they were having almost 3 nightmares a week, which seems like a terrible way to sleep. Okay, 3 nightmares a week. I don't know if they mean like nightmares and like you wake up in a cold sweat, because I still have weird dreams that I would consider to my, like a kid would be a nightmare, but to me is like not really that stressful. But they think they've cracked the nightmare code. And they think they've been able to reduce people's nightmares. So if you're someone who's suffering 3 nightmares a week, by playing a single piano chord. Now, before this podcast, I was going to actually look up this chord.
One simple trick.
One simple trick. The piano chord is C69, which is awesome.
Yeah, this is Danny. You've been pranked.
No, no, guys, sciencealert.com. This is a reputable science magazine telling me that I can cure my my terrible nightmares if I can just play C69. And we're not talking like just, a couple nightmares. We're talking massive nightmare reduction, where the group that was receiving the chord went from nearly 3 nightmares a week to 0.19 nightmares a week from just one chord. This has got to be the happiest chord ever played.
You listen
That's
to
why I
that
wanted
every day?
I don't know. That's
bed or
why
what?
I was like, man, I need to listen to this before the podcast so I can verify.
Sure, you want me to see if I could play it? And do you play it?
69.
Do you play it? It's the same if you play it backwards or forwards.
Oh, I don't know. It seems like you play anything backwards, you're inviting nightmares.
Yeah.
This is the C69 chord.
What does it sound?
It has this character of the 4th interval, 4th and another one.
Does that sound?
The question
sound
is, what would be a perfect progression for this chord?
Okay,
So
that's good
in
enough,
the
Rob.
key of E minor,
Yeah.
So the question is, that sound, is that nightmare busting to you guys?
I mean, when you play it before you go to bed, or it's
Yeah.
like
It sounds
Yeah.
like a silent French movie music.
So this is why.
Yeah. What?
So
because it wakes you up from sleeping and then it stops the nightmare.
You watch Aliens
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm horrified. And then they're
Yeah,
like,
I could have used this.
don't worry, listen to this and it will erase your nightmares and you won't have nightmares. And while you're listening to it, you're like, how and why would this even work? And then the whole night
You're
before you
thinking
fall
about
asleep,
it. Yeah.
you're thinking about how and why that would work instead of thinking about the face suckers from Aliens. And then you're totally
The
fine.
toe suckers.
So just so you know how this was administered, both groups received a sleep headphone band that would play
Oh, I
the
thought you were
sound.
gonna say
That chord.
suppositorily.
No, not through a toilet seat. They received this sound every 10 seconds during REM sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that just
So-
keeps you focused on that, just distracts your brain from going to the dark.
So then the
place.
question is, would any chord, why this chord
Would
out of
any
all the
happy-ish
chords?
chord work?
Do they know something about this chord that perhaps we don't know? It's like the opposite of the brown note. It's the yellow note that just brings happiness. I
That
mean,
from
why
the
this
smart
chord?
toilet?
Seriously.
What's the brown note do? Make you poop?
The,
your
it's
pants?
supposed, yeah, the note that makes you poop your pants, supposedly.
Is that true?
I haven't found any evidence that it is, but maybe. It's just interesting they latched on to C69, and why such a suspicious number?
I
But
don't know. I
anyway-
don't know enough about Danny, as a musician, what is the C69 chord?
I can't even think. I can't read music. I just faked my whole way through orchestra.
Hmm.
But anyway, if you guys are having nightmares, put a headband on and make sure your wife stay awake all night long while you sit on the toilet to monitor your pulse so they can see when you go into REM sleep. And then when they see you go into REM sleep on the toilet, play C69 and you'll have only the sweetest dreams.
Okay.
So that's a
Well-
life hack.
Okay. Give a shout out to Duality Dustman. It's my birthday.
Oh, heck yeah.
Happy
Good.
birthday.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
May's a
Danny-
good, May's a good month for a birthday. I think.
Yes. My brother had a birthday this weekend. Why is it so good, Danny?
because the weather's changing. People are happier because it's warmer. I mean, I'm looking outside. I've got blossoms on the tree. This is before everything dies and the earth starts to cook itself.
Right. Yeah, this is a good week for a birthday. Also, that it was Cinco de Mayo on Friday.
Yep.
My brother's, and so it's like you can like convince other people into like celebrating. I mean, if you want it to be all about you, I guess it's not that good. But if you're looking for people to like come on, like you can like get them to feel like it's like a party for them too.
Yeah, it's just a great week. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
All right,
birthday.
Danny, what's coming up for you?
Ooh, I bought an e-bike, so I'm
A
excited for
nice
that.
e-mountain bike.
A nice e-mountain bike. It was the most painful purchase I've ever made in my life.
why?
And every day I've regretted it and wanted to return it. It's not even here yet. I got Specialized.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm waiting for that to arrive so I can join the world of leisure riding. Everyone says the same thing, like,
Brand
"Oh,
new?
yeah, brand new." It's not easier. You go out for longer, but really, I don't like biking as much anymore as I used to when maybe it's because Tyson's not here. So I thought maybe this will bring the joy back. I love being on a bike, but for exercise, I just didn't like it quite as much.
You don't have to be out longer because you're going faster.
Yeah, see, Tyson's got the pitch perfect right there.
I don't have one, but I would not be opposed to having one.
Yeah, and I used to make fun of people who had them, saying that it was like the sign that you'd given up on hard things.
Well, I'm surprised to hear that you were getting that.
Well, I use my bike only as a recovery tool. So I only ride it when I'm like trying to like spin out my legs after a hard week of running. So I figured why not do it and have fun doing it. It's got better shocks. Anyway, that's what's coming up for me. I can't wait for it to be delivered. And then probably break it in half like the first day and then cry. But yeah, exciting week for me.
Yeah. All right.
That does sound exciting.
Right?
Are we going to get a video of it?
No, I think videos of biking are so boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Not if you're hitting big jumps, big gap
Oh,
jumps.
I don't
and
hit
stuff.
big jumps. That's a guarantee. I hit a big jump when I was 16. And when I woke up, I was on the ground, pregnant and bleeding profusely. And ever since then, if my wheels of my bike leave the ground by just an inch, basically I feel like I'm flying.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
That's how everyone is. You're like, oh, we should take a video of that. I felt like I went forever. And then you're like, oh, my back wheel doesn't even go off the ground. That one. Very good.
Yeah. What about you, Tyson?
Oh, just the standard. Got a Survivor podcast on Wednesday with Scott Porter.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've had him on the podcast, Rob?
I want to say, was it during last season?
Okay.
Big, of course, Friday Night Lights, big Survivor fan.
Ginny and Georgia.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll be on this week. And what else have I got?
QB1.
QB1.
What's that?
On Friday Night Lights,
Yeah.
he was, he was the quarterback for the Dillon Panthers, and then spoiler alert.
I haven't seen the show, so I guess don't tell me.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
We also, I think it's Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. Is that correct?
Definitely
Really?
is. It
Are you
definitely
serious?
is. Yeah. Oh, Danny.
Warning to all. Heads up.
Uh-oh.
Heads up, Danny.
All right. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and Liz will listen to this, so she'll definitely know that you are aware.
I'm not worried about Liz. I'm worried about my mom. She's my mom. Liz isn't my mom.
That's true.
Dan, don't fall for that. that is a trap.
It is a trap.
Pitfall.
Look, the only thing I have to do, and Liz is in a room nearby,
Mhm.
I just have to get my kids to give her stuff. I don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm. No,
So,
big mistake.
No, that's what I'm going to do, Rob. And you're going to hear how successful it was, and you're going to.
No,
give
I
me a
really
virtual
didn't.
pat on the
Nobody
back.
told me this before we had kids. It's like, okay, Mother's Day, your condition, it's like about your mom. And then when you have kids, I didn't know this. It's like, it's like, hey, it's not about your mom. It's about me being a mom.
It's
No.
about
Like I didn't realize
Yeah.
that shift. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know you.
and
like,
even
I thought- I
future
thought the-
moms. You can even
I thought the kids are like, because you're not my mom.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know I was supposed to be getting gifts for you.
Yeah.
because I don't remember when I was a kid.
Guys,
my
I'm gonna
mom-
hold the line for all of us, and I'm
Yeah.
going to establish a new norm. I'm going to
Mhm.
bring this holiday
Mhm.
back to sanity before it spirals out of control like every other holiday.
Yeah.
So
I'll do that for you
Yeah,
guys.
Okay.
I just because when I was a kid, I don't remember my dad buying a bunch of Mother's Day gifts from my mom. Like I don't remember that, so I feel like that maybe that shifted, but maybe it's a Mandela effect.
Twitch for Laura says she
Yes.
is the mother.
No, I get no, I
No, we understand the
that. Yeah, no,
argument.
I get the
Yeah,
like conceptually,
yeah.
but on Father's Day, I feel like it's not like a celebration of me.
Mhm.
Look, we don't want to start an online
Yeah.
battle, so let's just.
We got good news in the chat though.
Yes.
What?
Michelle could set up a play date for Danny because she has 2 friends that just moved to Salt Lake from Yellowknife for work.
Oh, see, this is what I'm trying to avoid.
Nope, Michelle.
Yeah, they're
friends.
fun and they love outdoor fun stuff. Just saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
Danny?
I appreciate the gesture, but
Danny,
it's just
Think
no.
about it.
be
Liz,
rude.
remember, Liz even said that the problem isn't me being able to deal
It's
with
them.
other people; it's them being able to deal with me.
That is
Why?
true.
That's a roast. What,
Yeah,
is
it was.
saying
It's
that
a fair
Danny's
roast.
unlikable?
No,
No, it's
she has
both.
said she
Danny's
said
a lot.
he's a bit much, is what
He's
Liz said.
opinionated.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
opinionated and strong-willed.
And I'm no chill. That's the other thing that Liz pointed out.
Oh, he is
Mhm.
zero chill, especially
have
when
zero
we're
chill.
jogging. It's like,
Hey,
can
he's
we
very
sit down
sweaty.
and eat a sandwich? He's like, no, but we can keep running.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So
keep
I
running
appreciate
so
the
we can be
offer,
done.
but
Yeah.
people, very specific types of people can tolerate me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So Rob, what about you? You haven't told us what you're doing.
Oh, I'm going to Toronto.
That's right.
Tomorrow.
I'm going to Toronto, and then when we come back, I'll get thrown into the Mother's Day weekend.
Mhm.
Not just
Good.
Mother's Day weekend.
Exciting.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
So
exciting.
you got all that going on and much more. So hopefully get to see some listeners out in Toronto. Should be fun. And then we'll be back together next week. All right.
Perfect. Can't
Cool.
wait.
Thank you so much for joining us. Very fun Monday News AF. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.